Welcome to Outside the Ring. I'm here with the big old Whipdog.
What's the word, man? You all right? I need some more energy. You got the big whip dog on camera, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. So I said, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I just figured I'd throw the crown on for you, man. If I'm the king, you the prince. So let's get it.
All right. You used to be a wrestler, right?
Say it one more time. You kind of froze out a little bit. What'd you say?
You used to be a wrestler, right?
Yes. I'm a retired wrestler now, man.
How long ago did you retire?
Whew. About 5 years ago, man. I had a couple tryouts with the WWE, did some extra work for them, and then I wrestled around the Michigan, Ohio, the Midwest area a lot. But yes, Whipomania retired probably about 4 or 5 years ago. And now I'm doing wrestling commentary and I'm working in wrestling media as well.
Yeah, I saw you on to that AEW All In or AEW, whatever it was.
Yes, I did AEW this past weekend in Chicago. Salute to them. Thank you, Tony Khan, All Elite Wrestling. And I did SummerSlam. I covered all of that back when they were here in Detroit at Ford Field.
Yeah, I actually went to SummerSlam.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. It was a great event. I'm glad my boy kept the title. We throwing it up for him. But yes, I had a great time with them, man. They took care of me. I was in the press box, got to do a lot of their special events. They did an event for the kids of the Midwest area from Detroit, Wall Lake, all over Michigan. Bianca Belair was there, Cody Rhodes. They did some press conferences. So it was a really great time, man.
Yeah. When you were wrestling and everything, what got you into wrestling?
That's a very good question, man. My family, my uncle and my mother. I don't know, they weren't really big wrestling fans, but it would be on the TV and they saw me being really into it. Obviously, I'm a lot older than you, so they used to be a wrestler. I used to be a big Hulk Hogan fan back in the day. And they took me to WrestleMania 3, which was in Detroit, Michigan, at the Pontiac Silverdome. I saw that, him against Andre. I fell in love with wrestling ever since, man. And
Yeah.
at my grown age, I'm still a fan, dog.
How did you get your name or your ring name, the Whipdog or Whipdog?
Well, funny thing, people thought it just literally came from my last name being Whipple, and I just kind of shortened it. But in actuality, I used to play football also. And when I would get a sack on defense, I would take my finger and write a W on the guy's chest. And I would say they got whippalized. So I said that to one of my friends. He couldn't hear me, and he was like, "Whip, dog, what did you say?" And I was like, "That's it." Even though he was just saying whip, comma, dog, I was like, wait a minute, that's it. And at that time, Snoop was hot, and it just kind of was my thing, man. So ever since then, so I can't even take the credit for it. Somebody else kind of gave it to me by accident.
Always gotta get one way or the other.
Facts, man, factuals.
How long did you wrestle for?
I did a stint, probably about 15 or so years. I wrestled about 7 strong, took a break, and came back and worked some more. I saw you know Tim Horner Jr. Me and him
Yeah.
used to wrestle quite often, a lot together. We were like 1 and 2 in a promotion here in Michigan called AWWL, Big Time Wrestling. And you could ask Tim himself. He'll tell you I was number 1, he was number 2. And then when he started his LPW in Ohio, I worked down there with him a couple times, man. I actually had my final match with him in LPW in Ohio.
What's the first promotion that you wrestled for?
The very first promotion I wrestled for, well, my trainer was a gentleman named Canadian Destroyer Doug Chevalier. He trained Scott Demore, that's over there running Impact now. He helped train Rhino, Zach Gowen, a lot of those guys. He's passed on now, rest in peace, Doug. But right out of wrestling school, he had his own promotion, All Star Pro Wrestling. So I was able to get my first wrestling match with him. Got beat up and jobbed out in about 2 minutes, but it was in front of people, and I still felt like it was it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you wrestle, you're gonna probably wrestle for the 5 people when you start if you're lucky. And
Yeah.
but when you love it, it doesn't even matter. You just want to be in front of them people, man. It'll grow over time, and it did.
Yeah. Do you have a list of favorite matches that you fought in?
Yes. As far as big name wrestlers, I wrestled King Kong Bundy, who went against Hulk Hogan back in WrestleMania 2. He got to do the 5 second splat, the avalanche on me in a 5 second count. I wrestled Sabu, got to get put through a table by Sabu, ECW legend. And I wrestled Marty Jannetty before, as you former rocker partner to Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Those are probably my top 3 matches of all time. Other than that, I had a lot of good matches with some local guys, man. Shout out to, like I said, Tim Horner Jr. We never got to do the one-on-one thing. We were in a 4-way match before, a fatal 4-way. We tagged a lot. But I really liked working with him, working with another guy that wrestles currently out of Wausau, Michigan, Sabbath. Had some really good matches with him too, man.
Yeah. Who would you say your toughest opponents were?
Ooh, I gotta say there was 2 guys, well 3. Definitely King Kong Bundy because he was bigger than me, and that was the thing. I'm a giant dog. I'm 6'5", 300 pounds, baby. Ain't too many cats bigger than me. But if I want to get somebody that was bigger than me, that's when it did get tough because I couldn't just smack him up and bully him around. So there was this one guy named Skull Gans out of Michigan. And at my size, I never thought in my life I would get power bombed. And dog literally picked me up over his head and bombed me through the ground. You talk about being shook and scared? Man, what? Listen. See, I'm having flashbacks now just thinking about it. I'm sorry. All right. But definitely Skull Gans, man. Salute to him. He ended up being my big homie. And real talk, he's like, I call him, he was my favorite when I was a fan watching indie wrestling. So when I got in the ring with him, I really did appreciate that, man. And he also showed me just because you big don't mean anything. You get put together.
Yeah. Looking back at your career, are there opponents that you wish you would have fought?
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Like I said earlier, I had an extra work with the WWE. I got a spot where Undertaker got to hit me with the choke slam, boom, put me down at Joe Louis Arena. That used to be the arena that they used to wrestle at here in Detroit. And I got a spot where Kane got to punch me in the face at the United Center in Chicago, which is wild that I went back to do media at the United Center for AEW this past weekend.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, honestly, because I was a Hogan fan, man, I always wished I would have made it to get that one match against Hogan, man. I would have loved to work Hogan. I just think we could have did some magic together because towards the end of my career, I did a gimmick called Whipomania, which is like a Black Hulk Hogan character. So it's like a parody of him, and it was really dope. And I actually got to meet Hogan as Whipomania before. So there's a picture of me and him online, me dressed as Whipomania and him as Hulkamania. I think we would have had so much fun, dog, man. But that probably was the biggest one I wish I would have ever had a chance to do. But, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah. Looking back from the start of your career to when you retired, were there any, do you think you improved at all?
It's funny. They always say, I heard Kevin Owens say this the other day, you always learn when you're wrestling. You're never, no matter how good guys are out there, you're always still learning. That's why you'll see guys that might not be in WWE or AEW or Impact Wrestling anymore, but they're still working on the independent scene and they're doing moves that they never did before. You look at Jericho at 50 years old, Jericho is still amazing out there. You know what I'm saying? Doing stuff that he didn't do before. So to say, yes, I think I learned more as my time went on. Like, to be honest, as much as I say I'm retired now, because I do commentary for a group called Northwest Championship Wrestling here in Michigan. I see them guys and I'm like, man, I should go back out there. Because I know more about the business and how I can make a great match now than I did even when I was wrestling. And guys always ask me to come back. And I'm like, I can't do it. I'm retired. But I don't know. You never retire in wrestling all the way.
Yeah. Yeah, looking at Jericho, 50, Sting's still doing it.
Exactly, dog. And I'm
hit by
old, but I damn sure ain't as old as them. So
Sting
who
get hit
knows?
with
I might get back
bats.
to that. This funny thing, we do an event called Troy Days. So it's like a festival, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Actually, it's coming up again next week. They actually taught me into getting in the ring for a battle royal last year. So who knows? I might dust off the boots one last time. You never know.
Yeah, Sting still doing it, getting hit by bats, chairs, getting put through tables.
Yeah, homeboy came on the top rope. I thought he was dead. So I mean, yeah, anything is possible, man. It just I don't. It got to be for the right reasons for me to come back, though.
Yeah. There's like clips of Sting getting hit by chairs in the head, getting put through tables, and he just gets up right away.
62 years old, man. It's crazy. I know people that's 62 they can barely walk. Homeboy is like having whole matches. That's crazy. And the people he having matches with, he's having matches tagging up with Darby Allin and guys like that can go. So,
Yeah. Him being in the ring is helping not only solidify what he can do, but show what other people can do
I agree.
while in the ring with him.
Totally agree.
I have I got this in the mail I just got this in the mail I think like 2 days ago it's like the ticket, like the SummerSlam ticket thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was that your first big live event?
Besides LPW, yeah.
Okay. How'd you enjoy yourself?
Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a wild man from top to bottom. I thought it was a really good show, man. LA Knight winning the Battle Royal was dope. A lot of the matches were really good, man. Cody had him going crazy, so it was a good time, man.
Yeah. I remember going back watching through on like YouTube because there's like this wrestling news thing that I watch, and it said that Cody didn't get disqualified when he used the steps. I didn't even catch him use the steps.
I didn't either.
I was
I'm gonna flip that.
I was close to like the entrance ramp where they come out.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually got like high fives. I got a picture with Chad Gable.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
Chad Gable is a really good dude, man. I got to interview him during SummerSlam weekend. He's a really good dude.
yeah. I mean, it's a blurry picture, but he acknowledged the camera.
Nice.
My dad was there with me, and he got like videos and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, let's see if I can find it. Oh, just kind of up here. There it is.
Oh, sweet. You got to pause for a second to take a picture. It's a photo shoot.
It was something. I got a bunch of high fives from people coming out in the Battle Royal, sad, people like that. It was really nice coming out or
Yeah.
going to it. So I actually started watching WWE and like big time wrestling during lockdown, the pandemic, when they had the Thunderdome and everything. Funny.
I'm gonna tell you, I wasn't a huge fan of Thunderdome wrestling.
Me either. I got on there a couple times.
Oh, you did? I didn't even go in, but yeah, I know a couple of my buddies did.
Yeah, on there, they told us when to clap for people, when to cheer, when to boo.
Seriously? Yeah, I don't know. I thought it got better towards the end of it, like towards that last WrestleMania and everything, but it just still really was. I wasn't a fan. And then AEW when they had the wrestlers,
yeah,
being the audience, that was 50-50. It was okay at Dudley's Place, but I wasn't as excited about any of that COVID era wrestling like when the fans came back. even at what was it, Tampa Bay, wherever they were at for that WrestleMania, when they let
Yeah,
a
I'm
third
pretty
of
sure
the
it's
fans.
Tampa Bay.
I like that. I mean, that was better than nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wasn't a fan of some of the other stuff.
Funny enough, the first pay-per-view that I saw or watched was SummerSlam.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. 3 years later, I'm going to it.
That's what's up, man.
Yep. All you gotta start somewhere.
Got to start somewhere, man, to keep the wrestling fandom alive. I actually went to WrestleMania in Dallas 2 years ago, and I'm in my hotel. There was a guy who had an NWO shirt on, so obviously NWO was something that happened years ago, many years ago, probably day there before you were born. And I was talking to the young man, and he said same thing. He wasn't even a fan of wrestling at all. What happened to him was during COVID, when all the other sports were off. There was no live sports, no basketball, anything. He watched wrestling because that was the only thing making, new content every week. And he fell in love with wrestling during the COVID era. Then he started watching old stuff, and that's when he really became a fan of pro wrestling.
Yeah. For me, it was I started going to the LPW shows every month, Fight for Fremont.
Yeah.
And then on YouTube, because I would search up like the LPW shows I wouldn't go to when they would upload them and stuff. On my recommended was Jeff Hardy versus Undertaker in that ladder match, Raw 2002 for that WWE title.
Yeah.
That was a great match.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
At the end, Taker giving Jeff his respect.
Shook his hand. Yeah. How did you first find out about LPW?
I first found out LPW from one of my dad's friends.
Okay.
Took me and him, with him and his son. I mean, he's actually, I don't want to say good friends, but he's friends with Superman Lover.
Okay.
As far as I know, I don't know how he found out about him or what, but all I know is that they're friends. He took me one time. He took us. I really liked it. I think this was back 2018, I want to say. I think it was right before Fight for Fremont 3. So 2018, 2019-ish. I don't remember what year, but it was right before Fight for Fremont 3. And found it cool seeing all the like wrestlers and stuff. Because it was my first time seeing like wrestling. Even though it was indie, even though it was small, still was something.
Yeah. And Tim puts on a really good show down there at LPW. Anybody that watches this that's in that area, the Fremont area, make sure you check it out. Tim, yeah, he does a really good show. I'm a big fan. I don't know, is he still running shows or did he stop?
They're picking it up next month.
Okay.
October 14th.
Okay.
To the next one.
Yeah.
LVW, they've really been bringing in a bunch of like newer talent, which is pretty cool. Even though I miss some of the people I used to watch, like Mysterious Movado, El Ridiculoso, it's nice seeing the new mix of talent there, seeing what they can do.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I went back to the LPW show in February of this year back in February, and there were new faces that I saw there that from the last time I went back in like 2019, 2020, I want to say I haven't seen. It was nice being able to see them wrestle. back there, I actually got asked a couple of them, like I think like 2 or 3 questions. I actually interviewed Tim,
Okay.
asked him like some of the questions that I asked you, and then I found out he said that he isn't going back to wrestling full time. But if it was, it would be for the LPW title. And like at the end of like August, I interviewed Sam Ojami, and he told me that Tim now has the LPW title.
Nice, nice.
Yeah,
Salute to Tim, man. Salute to Tim. Like I said,
yeah,
Tim's a great guy. Always put your double ones up for the boy. I love the boy, man.
yeah. I've been watching him since like since he had the posse, and then he went to team with Kenny, Westview Connection, and then they split. Now Kenny's teaming with Schwartzy, and now Tim's just mainly running it.
Okay. And another thing about Tim, man, Tim has some of the best shirts ever made in wrestling. All the shirts are awesome. I should have worn it. I got a Tim Horner shirt myself in the back somewhere.
Yeah,
So I'm a big Tim. I salute Tim for still doing this thing.
yeah. I haven't gotten like any LPW shirts, but now next time I go, I should be able to, because I'll be able the money and everything. But the last fight for Fremont that I went to, I what's around here. I got a picture of Mysterious Movado and he actually signed it.
Okay.
It was the night, I think, pretty sure it was the night of like that fatal 4-way tag match. Things like Aces, Westview Connection, Big Facts. It's either a triple threat or a fatal 4-way. It was one of the two. That was nice. When I went to came to Detroit, I got a Jey Uso shirt.
So you was rocking with Jay instead of Roman, huh?
I really didn't see that many. I didn't buy stuff from inside. I bought outside before you entered, and I saw
Okay.
it was like the real Chief and that Jey Uso on the back.
Okay. 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 Okay.
It's a pretty cool shirt. I
So
have
you live in Fremont?
huh?
You live in Fremont? You guys live in Ohio?
Yeah, I live like 20 minutes from Fremont.
Oh well, hopefully you guys come out to AEW. They're gonna have a show in Toledo, October 14th. Well, that's the same day as LPW though, but you got a lot of wrestling going on that day.
Yeah,
So
I've been talking to Sam Ojami a lot, and he actually told me that he could be possibly talking to Tim, and if I go, he's gonna talk to Tim, see if I could probably walk out with him during an entrance or something.
ooh,
Or
that'll be nice, man. That'll be a dream come true right there, bro.
yeah, I actually play the WWE video games, like W2K games. I have my own person made that I've been playing with since 2K7, no, 15.
Okay.
Because the first one I got was 2K20, and then
Yeah.
I got a bunch of the older ones.
20 was the one Becky Lynch was on the cover, right?
Yeah, Becky and Roman.
Yeah. I got 20 also, yeah. I didn't buy the new one. I didn't buy 20. I didn't buy the last one, but
Yeah,
well, yeah. And I didn't like Battlegrounds either.
me either.
Yeah, I didn't like Battlegrounds. I don't know. I still haven't picked up the AEW game yet either because Some people say they like it. Some people say they don't. So I don't know. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, I like it. I
You
actually have.
you
I
have it?
got it.
Okay. You do like it though?
I like it, but it's the kicking out that you've got to get because you got to press all the buttons at the same time, like rapidly.
You're a
There's no
PS5. What are you? What system are you on?
Xbox.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Who knows? I might go. Like I said, I think I'm gonna go ahead and break down and get it. I was gonna get it the day it came out. I was gonna get it, but then it was sold out everywhere around here, and I didn't want to buy the digital copy from download it online. I want the physical copy,
Yeah.
so I might go ahead and buy it now.
Yeah. I got 2K22, 23, and then AEW all digital.
Oh, you got AEW. Oh, okay, you got Fight Forever digital. Okay, okay. Oh, good deal.
Yeah. But thank you for coming on.
Well, thank you very much for having me, dog. You got a great show. Keep it up. Keep interviewing these guys. Keep having fun. And I hope to catch you around someday at the show, man.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
All
Take
right.
care, dog.
See ya.
Yep.